Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. So today is another reaction video. I found this video on Olivia Alexa's channel, and I thought this is very important information to pass on to you, good people. 8 phrases women say when they have slept with a lot of men. Yes, the Street Walker Bible. Let's get into it.
Now let's get into the 8 phrases women say when they've slept with a lot of men. Number 1, body count is just a number. This is the go-to line when her number is high and her tolerance for judgment is low. She doesn't want to explain it. She doesn't want to own it. She wants to convince you that you shouldn't care. This phrase is a preemptive strike designed to flip the guilt onto you. But if it was really just a number, she wouldn't need to diffuse the topic before it even starts. Think about that. Women instinctively know that a man values exclusivity. A woman who's proud of her choices won't dodge. She dodges because deep down, she knows it changes how you see her. So instead of transparency, she gives you permission to suppress your own standards. Number 2, if men...
Gentlemen, if there's ever been a more obvious way to know if somebody is unworthy of your time, it is that statement. If somebody is trying to convince you that what she has done for all years, for so many years, has no effect on the kind of person she has turned out to be, they are lying to you. Habits form because people repeat the same actions again and again. And if she's saying number doesn't count, it's obvious that it does count. And she has a large number.
can do it, women can do it too. This is where logic gets weaponized. She's not trying to match energy, she's trying to erase consequence. She wants to sleep around, detach emotion, call it liberation, and still be seen as high quality. But here's the problem. Biology doesn't work like that. When men sleep around, they increase sexual options. When women do it, they decrease how deeply they can bond with a man. Why? Because men are wired to reproduce. Women are wired to pair bond. The more men she's had, the harder it becomes to connect deeply to any one man. So when she uses this phrase, what she's saying is, I want to do what I want to do, and I want you not to care. But if you accept that, you're signing up for a relationship built on male guilt and female entitlement.
Now,
There's no shortage of the excuses that we give when we've done things wrong. But these kind of excuses that we all are the same, that the things we do affect us the same, it's a fallacy. We know it's a fallacy. We have seen, for example, if a woman gets around, she is most likely going to have children, but do not have fathers, simply because she is bringing it more often than not. She'll increase the chance of that happening. Secondly, we understand that whoever wears the brunt of a pregnancy and raising a child is first a woman. Her body and everything else that comes after that, breastfeeding and all that, it means that if you are going to be doing this by yourself, you're increasing the chances of bringing up back kids. And this is now the cascading effect of such lies. So be careful. The observant.
Number 3, I just like my freedom. This one gets thrown around during the relationship talk. She says she's independent and she's not trying to be controlled. But what she's really saying is, I want your attention and emotional investment without obligation, though. This phrase is non-exclusivity dressed up as independence. She wants to move like she's single while benefiting from your consistency. She's been through enough men to know commitment limits options. So she throws out freedom to keep the door cracked open. But here's the game. She doesn't want to be claimed unless you're better than her past. That's not freedom, that's leverage. And if you go along with it, you're just a placeholder until she upgrades.
Now, the one thing that you're going to always lose, there are 2 things. First, if you're going to compete with social media for women's attention, you'll always lose. There's just too much of it, or there are too many opportunities. And secondly, if you're going to compete with her past, she's most likely been alpha widowed. She's most likely met another of scumbags. She's most likely experienced distressing things because she's so promiscuous. And that's why you must be very careful not to engage with somebody who has done these things, and especially somebody who uses words like this to try and minimize what she has done.
Number 4, sex doesn't really mean anything to me. This is what a disconnected nervous system sounds like. She's not confident, she's numb. And that numbness didn't start naturally, it was trained. Here's the biology. Every time a woman has sex, her brain releases oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone. When that bonding gets broken over and over again with no emotional return, her system adapts. She detaches, she disconnects, she treats intimacy like a handshake because it's been meaningless for so long. When she says this, it's not a flex, it's a confession of emotional burnout. She's telling you that she could sleep with a man and not care because she's already done it too many times to still feel anything from it.
Now, this is obvious, although so many times we are told not to think about it. If it doesn't mean anything, then the ability to be intimate has been lost. And that normally comes either from traumatic experiences or repeatedly going through something which lessens its meaning. The fact that a woman could so easily give herself to anyone out there with anything shiny to show her means that she is very unlikely to commit to you as one person because she's had so many diverse experiences. She's engaged with so many different people, other people better than you. And you're going to compete with a memory that's always embellished? My guy, stay clear.
Number 5, I don't regret anything. I learned from every single experience. This is how she rebrands a reckless past as growth. She turns every ex into a lesson, every hookup into a chapter. And if you buy into it, you'll convince yourself she's wiser because she's had more men. But what she's really doing is laundering her past into something socially acceptable. She's not being honest, she's being strategic. Because if she admitted the real reason she slept with so many men, which would be impulse, attention, boredom, revenge, you will walk away. And she knows that. So she wraps it in a bow and calls it evolution.
And you see, that's the other thing.
There's the deception. Obviously, there's a lot of things we do in life, and many of them we regret. Although sometimes in retrospect, it's not regret because it taught you something. But if something damaged you to such an extent that you're not able to live a normal life, you're not able to interact with people in a normal way, that means you're coping. If you say you don't regret that past, you're coping and you're lying to people so that you can swindle your way into their lives. And that should just be criminal.
Number 6, I mean, everyone has a past, but this phrase never gets thrown out unless her past would make you leave. She's not just trying to move on, she's testing you. She wants to know, will you ignore it? Will you overlook it? Will you be the one man who accepts what the other 10 wouldn't? This is reputation management in disguise. She wants the benefit of having a clean slate without having to live like she earned it. And if you accept that phrase without asking questions, she knows she has you.
And that's that. Of course, everybody has a past. But is it a past that you're proud of? Is it a past that taught you anything? Or are you just using this as a get away free card at this particular moment where you're trying to ensnare this gentleman? Gentlemen, you will be ensnared by this. And because so many of you are so desperate, you just want a taste. You'll pick up any of these days, I'm telling you. So these words will not sound as dangerous. Olivia has a point. Good video so far.
Number 7, I was just having a phase. This one always comes after the damage is done. She's not calling it a mistake, she's calling it a season. The clubbing, the hookups, the tender flings, it's all filed under her past life. Now she's ready to settle down, but what she really means is the options have dried up. This isn't self-awareness, it's her trying to rebrand herself. She wants the title of wife now that she's already lived like the wild girl, and she wants you to believe you're getting the best version of her when you're really just getting the cleanup version.
Now, that is unfortunately what majority The majority of relationships these days is just a bunch of clean-up guys and washed-up hoes. Yes, I said it. That is what is going on right now. Because there's a lot of clean-up guys that, they have to accept the low standards. They've waited, probably in a friend zone somewhere freezing. And such people, unfortunately, they'll always continue to take this bait, and they'll always continue to inflate the egos of these low-value women. So they would say things like this: I was just having a phase. Imagine if you came up and said, maybe I was having a phase and had a few rendezvous with fellow men. What if I said I was having a phase and I was a bank robber and I had someone taken out once? It was a phase. Would you accept it? Of course not.
Number 8, I don't get attached easily. This one sounds chill on the surface. She says it like it's maturity, like she's in control. But the truth is, she's detached because she's been through too many meaningless experiences. Women are biologically wired to connect through sex. It's a normal, natural thing. So when a woman tells you that she doesn't get attached easily, what she's really saying is, I've had to numb myself because sex hasn't meant anything to me for a long time. If you're looking for something casual, she's perfect. If you're looking for real connection, she can't even access that anymore. So here's the final word. The most dangerous phrases don't sound dangerous at all. They sound normal because repetition hides dysfunction.
So these days, we have a big problem. It's so many women trying to rephrase their behavior, try to use different words to, I was just having a phase. I don't get attached easily. It's possible she doesn't get attached easily because that ship came on sail and left you by the beach. That Pudesh has been beaten so bad so many times that she doesn't even understand what commitment feels like. She's never had it. And she's become a cum bucket for those men that can access her. And at the end of it all, poor old Simpu will jump in there and try to and try to play clean up. I feel for you. Gentlemen, do not be deceived. What you've just heard here is actually very good advice. Big up to Olivia Alexa. You can go give her a like, or you can go give her a subscription. And the same to this video. Please share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also leave a like and a comment if you're so inspired. Until next time, peace.